Welcome to day 14 of PMP Exam Mindset. This is the people domain and task 14. Emotional intelligence, as Daniel Goleman says, does not mean merely being nice. At strategic moments, it could mean bluntly confronting someone with an uncomfortable but consequential truth that they've been avoiding. Today, we're talking about team performance through the application of emotional intelligence. In our book, PMP Exam Immersion, we focus on EI and its significance in promoting team performance and how EI can be leveraged to enhance team interactions. Emotional intelligence in Agile teams is about understanding and managing one's own emotions, being able to bridle those emotions, and also being able to influence the emotions of others. It's all about positively influencing the emotions of the team, facilitating better communication, conflict resolution, and collaboration. Let's jump into a few warm up true or false questions as usual. Number one, true or false? Emotional intelligence is irrelevant for agile team performance. The answer to that is false. EI is highly relevant and crucial for agile team performance. It enables teams understand and manage their own emotions and those of others, leading to better communication, conflict resolution, empathy, and overall team cohesion and performance. Number two, true or false? EI only involves managing your own emotions. Well, that's not true because we've already defined EI as bridling your emotions and influencing the emotions of others. EI encompasses both self awareness, understanding your emotions, and social awareness, understanding the emotions of others, as well as self management and relationship management. It's about navigating both internal and external emotional landscapes. Number three, true or false? High EI can improve communication within a team. Well, the answer to this is obviously true. High EI significantly improves communication within a team. Individuals with strong EI are better at active listening, expressing themselves clearly, understanding nonverbal cues, and empathizing with others, leading to more effective and less conflict prone interactions. Number four, true or false, EI does not contribute to conflict resolution. That's false. EI is a critical factor in effective conflict resolution. It helps individuals understand the emotional drivers behind conflicts, manage their own reactions, and approach disagreements with empathy and focus on mutually beneficial solutions. Number five, true or false, an agile team member's EI skills do not impact their collaboration with others. Again, false. An agile team member's EI skills directly impact the ability to collaborate effectively. High EI fosters trust, respect, and psychological safety, making it easier for team members to share ideas, provide feedback, and work together cohesively towards shared goals. Now that we're done with that, let's jump straight into our question for the day. Question for the day. Two senior designers with different work styles clash during reviews. One responds defensively to critique, the other withdraws from discussion threads. Team performance and psychological safety are suffering. What is the most effective action to restore performance using emotional intelligence? Is it A, use personality assessment insights to guide private coaching conversations, co-create interaction agreements such as feedback rules and cooling off signals, and revisit these agreements during retrospectives for adjustment? Is it B, reassign the designers to separate work streams for a cooling off period and reintroduce shared work gradually after several weeks? Is it C, issue a formal warning citing conduct expectations, require attendance at conflict management training, and obtain written commitments to improve behavior? Or is it D, restrict review sessions to artifact only evaluations and prohibit discussions of approaches in order to reduce emotional friction and keep conversations narrow? I'll give you some time to think about the answer. All right, let's examine what the possible answers could be. When you take a look at a question such as this, you need to understand what is the most emotional and what is the most rational response. Responses that cut people off and relegate them and avoid dialogue are not the best options. Option A talks about private coaching and co creating interaction agreements. That sounds positive. Option B, reassigning designers and making them cool off, is a form of avoidance for that time period. It is not moving the conflict forward. So you could say this is a double whammy question that has EI and conflict at the heart. Option C, issuing a formal warning, is more like a forcing approach as well. So avoiding B, forcing C, and D, restricting review sessions to artifact only evaluations, is also a form of forcing or a form of avoiding, if you will. These do not move the conversations forward. So the best option, my friends, is A. Applying emotional intelligence means assessing behavior, tailoring interventions to individuals, and establishing agreements that improve interactions and trust over time. Separations, warnings, or restrictions alone do not build capability. So you want to think like a problem solver at all times. On our website, and you can just Google Praizion, and there you have it in the address bar, free 30 days, something to that effect. It will come up with this quiz. And this is a Myers Briggs quiz trying to get you into the world of Myers Briggs because it is a personality type indicator. Over here, it talks about assessing behavior through the use of personality indicators, and that would include Myers Briggs, right? And for that reason, I often ask students to get familiar with the terminology in this test. There's the link praizion.com/mbti /story underscore HTML5.html. And you can find this if you just search Praizion free course. It'll come up with a page with a lot of drag and drops. This is one of them. Now, you are to match what is on the left to what's on the right. I'm not saying you're going to get this level of detail on the exam, but just understanding the differences between extroversion, introversion, sensing, intuition, thinking, feeling, and judging can definitely help you. So, this is a quiz that I feel you could benefit from. There's also a second quiz, and these quizzes are not easy. I know this firsthand because I created the quizzes, and even I find the quizzes challenging. But they will kick you into gear and get you into that right mindset and awareness for your exam. So I highly recommend it. So again, promote team performance through the application of EI, assess behavior through the use of personality indicators. This in the real world is not done to the degree suggested here. If you have conflict or issues or misunderstanding with team members, you first go to what am I perceiving just without any reference to a personality type quiz. Now, on the flip side, a lot of teams, before bringing people on, they'll put them through a personality typing to see if they would possibly gel or rhyme with the existing team dynamic. And there's a method to the madness, there's a way it's done professionally. But the average PM or the average Scrum Master is not going to their little book of MBTI to say, oh, Phil is an INTJ, I better do this, that, and no. You're just intuitively asking what is the best solution in this situation. And you don't have to be an MBTI expert to be able to apply common sense and rational thinking to these situations and bring in your understanding of conflict resolution and choose a solution that makes the most sense. So, task 14 is heavily, heavily common sense in the real world. Analyzing personality indicators and adjusting to the emotional needs of key stakeholders is done with a more intuitive approach in the world of project management. I know those who are into the world of HR, they probably value this a lot more and use it for bringing people on board. But for the sake of your exam, I would say take some of the quizzes that we have on this page and get more familiar and apply that common sense aspect, that mindedness of, okay, this is what an extrovert does, this is what an introvert prefers, and join the dots. In the early days, there were lots of questions on the PMP exam, like in the early stages of this current version. That was 2021, thereabouts. The noise levels have definitely reduced for this. So, my friends, over the past 14 days, we have been on a journey, and let's have a recap. People domain. For your exam, be able to apply common sense to managing conflicts, understanding the variables in leading a team, 5 stages of team development, understanding Tuckman's ladder, right, which is your 5 stages, understanding the Hersey Blanchard model with a focus on when to direct, when to coach, when to have a more laissez faire to delegate, when to have a more supportive approach, understanding that people go through these stages, right, in the 5 stages of team development. Also, supporting team member performance, understanding how to appraise team member performance against KPIs, the importance of that, empowerment, the importance of giving away power to the team to help them grow, bestowing levels of decision making authority on the team, ensuring that your stakeholders, your team members are adequately trained, building a team, which again goes to servant leadership, understanding things like team contract, social contract, team agreements. Number 7, all about the impediments, which is the job of the PM, the job of the Scrum Master, the servant leader, and anyone could help remove impediments anyway, but that's really looked at as something the Scrum Master takes on. Negotiating project agreements of all types, collaborating with stakeholders for the greater good, sharing, building a shared understanding, breaking down situations to unravel the root cause of any misunderstandings, engaging and supporting virtual teams, the concept of the fishbowl window, virtual team member engagement, understanding ground rules when you hear social contract, team agreement, all the same thing, mentoring relevant stakeholders, and lastly, promoting team performance through the application of EI, which we talked about today. So, my friends, I hope this has been of help to you. We are done with the people domain. If you are looking for solid testing, quizzes to help you, I suggest you go on to pmpdoctor.com because we have quizzes for each task. Each task has 5 to 6 questions tailored to find your weak spots. When you multiply that by 14, people domain alone, you got over 70 plus questions to find any weaknesses. Okay? And in the subsequent episodes, we then begin moving into the process domain. So if you haven't subscribe to the channel to be made aware of when these videos come out. I want to encourage you to do that because we have a lot more videos, a lot more pondering into this world of the PMP exam. You know what makes the PMP exam what it is it is a very vast exam. There's a lot of stuff to cover. So beyond the people domain, we now have 17 tasks to cover in the process domain. And I would encourage you to follow along because when you look at this as a whole, it looks very difficult. But as you begin to break it down day by day, really pondering on each one, it will make sense. Okay? And then we have the business domain after that. So smash the like button, subscribe, look for the videos on the process domain, start digesting them, and when this journey is over, you would have covered the 35 tasks and you'll be coming away with a heightened awareness, heightened understanding of what is crucial for your PMP exam success. Thank you, my friends. I'll speak to you soon.